Honestly, I say this all the time. Prison saved my life. Because if I didn't go to jail, I would have died. 100%.
Boom. If you're listening, rate, subscribe, share. We want to connect with you. We want to shoot out heart laser beams at you. Pew, pew, pew. We want to connect with you. If you're listening, you can also watch at Big Blue TV. We just want to connect with you, man. We love what we do. We love doing this shit. So let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Okay, so is that donuts? Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely donuts.
We're gonna wrap the donuts. We're gonna chat the donuts.
Shout out Jay Dilla.
So I wouldn't even consider this having a guest on. We're just gonna fucking podcast with the homie. Can I call you just Kinnaly?
Yeah, you can call me Kinnaly.
My boy Kinnaly. So let me preface this. Kinnaly and I have known each other since we were 13.
13.
Since we were 13. He ran with me. He used with me. He was my, like, when people would start, fuck with him, I would fuck them up. I was his bodyguard. We used together. He rode around when nobody fucked with me. He still fucked with me. When I overdosed, he, called the paramedics and saved my life. Then he went to prison.
Yeah, did do that.
And he went to prison. He spent
better part of the last decade in prison and out of prison. Yeah.
And he's out of prison.
Yeah.
So what happened was he got out of prison. He got on parole, and I said, "Yo, I'm gonna book you a flight. And come to San Diego, and we'll show you something different."
Yeah.
And have we been showing you something different?
100%.
And you're here.
I'm here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you got anything to say? You want to introduce yourself?
What's going on, people of the podcast universe? Is that yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's good to be out here. It's good to see you doing this totally different thing from what I'm used to you doing, I say this shit all the time, but it's definitely very inspirational and it gives me hope because nobody else out here except for Dylan knows who you were. You know what I'm saying?
Speak about that really quick because I talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
But
nobody knows.
They don't know.
They don't know the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because right now he is a very reformed Eric and he was never like that from what I know. Selling drugs, doing drugs, womanizing, absolute savage in the street, meaning wouldn't hesitate to knock you clean out, which I used to love. Just no fear or probably better way to put it is just completely reckless. Reckless.
I was reckless.
No care, concern for anybody or repercussions for actions. And you weren't the only one. We were all like that.
We were all like that.
But you stuck out more because of
being a
big black kid in a particularly white neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I loved you for it.
Yeah.
I loved you for it, and I never thought of you anything different from me or from anybody that we hang out with.
Matt, if you could change to some lo-fi, this is too much going on. But keep going.
But yeah.
Shout out to Matt.
I don't know. I feel like the minute because we ended up meeting each other through mutual friends, but the minute we met each other, I feel like we had an instant connection.
Yeah.
It was just I don't know whether it was our same sense of humor. Probably that. I feel like I was a little reckless too, and you saw that, so you kind of took me under the wing a little bit.
Hold on one second, Matt. I don't know what we need to find. Look up popular hip hop instrumentals, and it's okay. Yeah, we can do it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Doesn't matter. This is all gonna
we'll
get
do
cut.
it live. Fucking we'll do it live.
This is all gonna get chopped up anyway.
No, we don't edit any of this.
Oh, we don't edit any.
No, so it's
right, that's what's up.
We don't edit any of this. So what you say is going to be on the podcast.
All right, cool.
But we got along. We got along really early.
Yeah, swimmingly. But like, I don't know what it was that made us click so well. Maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe it's because you felt like you didn't fit in so well and I didn't fit in so well.
Yeah.
And so we were like, fuck it, let's just not fit in together.
Yeah.
And if anybody's got a problem with it, we'll just beat the dog shit out of them.
Beat the dog shit out
And that's
of
pretty much that's how it went, you know? But it was just so funny because like we would get into a lot of trouble, but both of us come from really good homes.
Yeah. Great parents.
Great parents, like working class, hard-working people, you know, that just wanted us to be okay.
But it's just some queen shit, like because everybody we knew in our circle, like even so, we had the skater kids we grew up with, whose parents were lawyers and shit, and they went a different direction, and they're like doctors now. They're doctors and lawyers and shit. So I'm not even talking about them, but like. Even like the crew of people who I was doing real violence with and real selling drugs and doing drugs came from good homes.
Absolutely. Douglaston Manor.
Yeah. It wasn't it wasn't like
Little Neck
selling coke. You know what I mean? It wasn't like these people came from, you know, I don't know. It was just some real queen shit. Like it was just part of the way we live. It was lifestyle.
The area in Queens that we grew up in was just, and I say this shit all the time, it's not the houses, it's the people inside of them.
Yeah, it's the people
you know,
inside
because
of them.
we grew up in a very nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like we did. Bayside, Douglaston, Little Neck, all those areas are very nice areas.
Yeah.
And we ran through those streets.
We ran the streets.
Like it was fucking, like it was the right thing to do.
Like it was the right thing.
Like this is what we should be doing. Let's go out. Let's just go out and do all this reckless shit and go home and sleep like it was nothing.
Yeah, man. That was life we lived. So before the podcast, we were talking about like the pressure of being a dude, a man, a father,
an adult.
Like people don't talk about the immense. Like I don't talk about the immense pressure that I'm under. You know, running a business, making sure Matt is paid, and making sure Matt is paid on scale. The more money I make, the more money Matt has to make. Okay, so I'm paying Matt, and then I got to get work for Dylan. Dylan got to make sure we're building the business there. I'm running a fucking business. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. A lot of people are running a fucking business. Then I got a 4-year-old. Yeah. And then I'm going through this separation divorce kind of thing. Are we together? Are we not? And I got this on my back. And then it's trying to provide. And it's fucking pressure.
There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that people don't see.
And I think, yeah.
You know what? But you also give off that exterior thing where like everything is fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Because you have to.
It's the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. But you don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
No. I have no problem not being okay. You've seen me have a breakdown every day.
All the time.
So it's not that it's not that I have a problem being like not being okay. I'm fine not being okay. When it comes to presenting myself, here's where how I feel about that. There's no black people, no black representation, and I can't come out here looking bummy. I just can't do it. I don't have the luxury.
I respect that and I appreciate it because it's 100% true, because we'll be in these 100 people meetings and the only African-American people are you.
Or the only African-American man, and I'm 6'3".
It's neck tattoos, hand tattoos.
Fucking fully tatted. So I can't come out here looking crazy.
But you know, like that's a different thing. And I understand, like, and when you present yourself and you get chosen to speak
at every meeting.
90% of the meetings that we're at. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I know why. It's because you're very smart, you articulate yourself very well, and you have a good message to share to people. Regardless of what color you are, you have a great message. When you get up there and when you share, it still blows my mind sometimes. So I know it's got to be blowing these other motherfuckers mind. Like, yo, this fucking dude, is he really talking like that? That's a big ass word. That's like a 7-letter word in Scrabble, bro. You're getting 50 extra points for that joint, bro. Like, so it's like, but I know that side of you.
Yeah.
Certain people know that side of you. A lot of people don't. So, and I know you want that side of you to be known.
I want to be known for that. Which side?
The articulate, the smart.
That's because that's who I am.
100%.
The violent, all that violent shit, 100%. all that other shit is not who I am. That is who I was, and I was a kid. See, that's the thing about getting sober young. I was a child.
Yeah.
So, and I was a child who was in the street. Like, I wasn't home eating dinner with my family at 7 o'clock. I was running the street.
Yeah.
Like, I was supposed to be in school, and I was drinking 40s in the park instead of being in school, in high school. So I was in the street. You know, one time I always tell the story. I don't always tell the story, but it's funny. I was at summer school, and I was meant to pull my ID out. It was a paper ID, and instead I pulled out a fucking 50-sack of Coke. And to the security guard, it was just like, and I never went back to summer school. Never.
Where was that at?
Cardozo.
Oh, Dozo, yeah.
Yeah, and I never showed back up. And my brother and sister graduated Cardozo with great, and they're doing great.
Yeah, they're doing fine. They're doing great. Meanwhile, you're basically selling drugs to the security guard.
Exactly. But that's not who I was. That's not who I am.
No,
I was a child. You know.
Yeah.
So.
You embraced that. Back home, you embraced it.
Yeah.
And I said this in the meeting the other day. Like, I embraced being the one that would get in trouble, and you embraced being that. You embodied that person.
Well, you know what? I had to have, you know, if I think psychologically, and this is the way I think, is like, you know, because the way I talk about it is very different, like very different than what it seems like it, what happened. But I was made fun of for my race.
100%.
I was made fun of for the way I talked. I was made fun of people who call me gay. I was made fun of for this and for that. And there was just all this fucking trauma, all this trauma. So for me, violence, and then having drugs and doing drugs, like,
it was a way to
people
assert dominance.
It was a way. Lack of power is our problem, and that was a way for me to have power.
Yeah.
I'll punch you in the fucking face. Like, you won't dare say nothing to me because I'll punch you in the fucking face.
100%.
And I needed that. I needed that, and that was the only way for me to survive and to function within that space, and just to have friends, all wanting friends.
That didn't even like us.
They didn't even like us.
And
that's why I when people talk about my friends from home, like, they're not your fucking friends.
They don't even
and only now being sober, I know what friends are.
Exactly.
I know what friends are. And I'm lucky to have as many friends that I do.
Even when you sit here and tell me on a daily basis that you have no friends.
Yeah, you know, we'll talk about that. I have a super low self-esteem, man. I have a super low self-esteem that I really work at. Like,
I know.
And I think you're gonna go through this process as well of grieving that old version of yourself. But even in relationships, I was the abusive boyfriend. In friendships, I was all the things that I did wrong, and all the mistakes that I made, and I wear those like as baggage.
Yeah.
So now that I'm not that way, it's hard to not identify that. So I still feel like people hate me.
How long? Is it normal? Because you're going on almost 8 years sober now, right? Is it normal for it to last that long?
You know what I say? 20 miles into the forest, 20 miles out. So if you travel into Croshawn Park and you walk 20 miles, you have to get back to your car. You have to walk the miles back.
Yeah.
And I'm undoing a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
And this is the work where I say it in meetings, and I think I'm speaking a fucking different language because people just think they're dealing with the drink. People think they're dealing with, I'm learning how to live. But like, to unpack the life that we used to live and to really heal from it, it takes 8 years. Yeah. Because I'm not just dealing with the drink. I'm not just trying to make money and like live life. I'm trying to really let it go and be a different person. And you see my sex conduct, I'm really being a different person.
100%.
Because you know me as a womanizer, fuck anything. And I talked about this podcast, I cheated. That's why my relationship didn't work.
Yeah.
I cheated my way through the relationship, blew that up. I'm a sex addict. I talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, but you see my sex conduct because you see me outside of here.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking nobody.
Not at all.
I'm not fucking in the streets.
No,
you know what I mean? Shut the fuck. I'm not in the streets. You know what I mean? Like I'm.
Nah, you're not.
I'm doing.
It's so crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're a totally different person on every level of. Every level, you could be a totally different person. You're a totally different person.
Well, thank you, man.
It's crazy.
So tell.
It's good though.
Thank you.
It's a good thing.
I tell people.
It's not bad.
No, I don't tell people. I tell you, prison made you better. It made you funnier. but let's talk about prison on some real shit, like some of the fucked up shit that went down. Right. What'd you go to prison for?
For burglary in the 2nd degree. Basically, I was doing a whole bunch of shit that I wouldn't have been doing if I wasn't getting high.
No co-defendants.
No Cody. We don't do Codys because they'll tell on you. We don't do Codys. Everything was by myself. I got caught for one out of how many? I don't know, but
Yeah.
eventually just like, no matter what you do, you can do things 99 times, but that 100 times.
It's gonna get you.
Yeah, you're going to get caught up, so yeah, I got caught up.
How much time did they give you originally?
3.5 years. And then I did the whole thing because I was still getting in trouble in prison, which we'll probably talk about in a little bit. And then
People who listen already know.
all right, cool. And then immediately is like home for 24 hours, violate immediately, right back to jail for a year. It was just like, fuck it, let's go back.
Let's go back.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Fuck it, we go back.
Let's go back. Might as well. I still got some shit I need to do. Yeah, but honestly, I say this all the time. Prison saved my life.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't go to jail, I would have died.
Yeah.
100%. Without a doubt.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it was doing something stupid and getting caught in someone's house and getting shot or something like that, or just overdosing and dying.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So a prison saved my life. You say it made me a little bit funnier.
It made you much funnier.
Probably. It also made me a lot colder.
Yeah.
It made me colder because I used to be, I'm not going to say like I was scared to fight, but I was never as confrontational as I am now.
Yeah.
And I am very confrontational.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
I'll violate you.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, as funny as this may seem, I've met a lot of good people in prison.
Yeah.
A lot of good dudes. It's a big misconception that everybody in there is a rapist or a child molester or this and that, but there are some good people. Don't get me wrong, there's those type of people also, but there are some decent people in prison. Very smart, educated people that are never coming home. You know what I'm saying? I talk to somebody on a regular basis that is doing 25 years to life for shooting somebody in the face, and he is one of the kindest, smartest, funniest people I've ever met in my entire life, and he really is such a good person. If he fucks with you. Yeah, this is RJD too. If he fucks with you like that, he will make sure that you will not go without.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and he ain't never coming home.
Never coming home. He always says it. He's like, I'm here for a dice game gone wrong. What happened? What happened? He's from East New York, Brooklyn, and he's like, I'm never going home. And he was like, that's something he's been down for 11 years. He's like, and that's something that I've come to terms with. He's like, I'm never going home because they're going to want me to admit to it. And he was like, I'm not admitting to it. I will never say that I did that shit.
Why?
Because he's just stubborn. He's stubborn because he's like, I'm not going to he's the dude that whatever, right? He's like, I'm not going to give his mother the satisfaction because they're out there. He's like, they're out there right now on social media talking shit about me. He said, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He's like, yeah, I did it. Fuck that guy. And that's really like, he emails me on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, he's a good dude. Very good dude. Besides the fact that
So what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do different? So okay, really quick. Let's take it back. So 3 years.
3.5.
3.5.
That 6 months counts, bro. Believe me.
Okay.
Yeah.
3.5. Violated, went back in.
Yeah.
And then you got out.
Got out. Stayed out for a little while. 5 years post-release supervision. So that's just like 3.5 with 5 posts. So it's like an 8.5 year sentence because post-release supervision is a setup. You know what I'm saying? They give you an 8 o'clock curfew. You got to do this, X, Y, and Z, and they can literally snatch you out of your life at any given time. So, and I violated parole 4 different times. Anyway, but yeah, after the year violation, I came home. Was doing very well. Got a job immediately. Got into a relationship.
Oh, yeah, fuck all that.
Cruella DeVille.
Yeah, we're not gonna badmouth her, but
yeah,
that was a bad move.
Yeah, and you told me.
Yeah, I told you
because I saw you in New York, and you were like, "Yeah, I get it, I get it, but don't wife it." And I was like,
"You had a baby."
I did. We had a baby. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, in and out on violations, basically. I was out in the street. I was smoking weed, and I got caught for one dirty urine, sent me back for a year. And then I decided, let me leave the state of New York also.
Let me run. And I told you.
Let me run from parole. It'll be fine.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we did talk about it. You were like, probably shouldn't do that. And I was like, yeah, but my intentions were great. You know what I'm saying? The intentions were great. I was trying to go raise a family and do the right thing. Left New York State with a job somewhere else, trying to raise a family. And, you know, what are they still saying about the road is paved with good intentions? Yeah, my good intentions reach all the way back to Queens, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
back to jail.
Yeah, for real. All the way back to Queens, back to Rikers Island. But, yeah, man, I mean, I'm really good at making bad decisions.
Yeah, me too. Me too, though.
Really, really good at making bad decisions.
Too.
And but being out here, that's the whole point of being out here, is to learn from somebody else that I know very well, who is also really good at making bad decisions, but is now pretty good at making good decisions as well. Don't get me wrong, you're not perfect.
No, I make bad decisions.
You make bad decisions, of course you do, but your bad decisions aren't as drastic and aren't as life-altering as they used to be.
No. They're not life-altering really at all.
At all. Your bad decisions are, let me spend $250 on this new pair of Jordans.
Yeah, that's my bad decision.
That's your bad decision. And then being mad when they don't show up at the door when you want them to.
Yeah, the Carmine should be here. No, they're not here
yet? All right.
And I'm furious. I almost called them.
I can't wait for them to get here. I'm going to step right on them.
Oh. Yo, man.
But yeah, man. Even Dylan, Dylan is notorious for making bad decisions too. Very impulsive. I feel like Dylan has been like I don't want to say like a vagabond, but like a Rolling Stone. Like, dude will just pick up and leave. You know what I'm saying? I'll go live in the woods for 12 months and be completely fine. You know what I'm saying? But seeing him also making good decisions and bettering his life and helping people, because that motherfucker, I'm here at 10 o'clock in the morning and he's been out the house for 2 hours already with his sponsees doing all this work. You know what I'm saying? And that's inspirational as well.
Yeah,
for sure. But he's early in his recovery too, and he needs to do that. Yeah, not as much. Like, you don't need to do that as much.
I do.
You do, but not even as close to as much as Dylan does. No. Don't pump fake right now. Don't pump fake like you're doing as much work as Dylan.
No.
Dylan is out here in the AA streets heavy.
Listen, I'm definitely not doing as much, and I should be doing more. But
you know, I don't think you should be doing more. You have a lot more on your plate than Dylan does.
Yeah,
Dylan has a lot more free time than you do.
Definitely,
for sure. So, I mean, but that's why you guys balance each other out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You guys definitely balance each other out.
He's the nice version, because I'm still mean.
Definitely. He has always been that way.
Yeah, he's genuinely a nice person.
Yeah, he's a kind-hearted person.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Remember when you were like, how would I do in jail? And you're like, Kinnaly, how would I do in jail? I'd be like, you'd be fine. Then you're like, how would Dylan do in jail? I was like, Dylan probably have to stab somebody real quick just so people would leave him alone.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. But that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Sometimes I wish I could be more like Dylan.
Me too.
Because he has patience and he has
a childlike. He has like a
not even that, but he's very intelligent and he has a very good way of not problem solving, but like giving people advice. Like, you go to Dylan when you want. Yeah, like,
I go to Dylan
when you want it.
I was in his room at 7 a.m.
Like, when you want that real good perspective on something, and you know Dylan's not going to sugarcoat anything.
Yeah,
but he's gonna
break it down.
He's gonna break it down in a nice way to where you leave that room at 7 a.m. not feeling like a total piece of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if you come to me, I'm gonna be like, bro.
Yeah.
Stop crying before I slap dog shit out you. Because it's like, sometimes, man, you be saying some shit to me and I just be like, dude, like, do you see? Do you remember?
Stupid fucking Sunday.
Yeah, this is stupid Sunday. 8:30 in the morning saying dumb shit. I guess we're gonna make this Sunday Stupid Sunday, right? That's what we're gonna do. And we made it Stupid Sunday. That was funny.
It rolled into Monday.
But like, I understand, like, you are very not insecure, but you're hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You are hard on yourself. And sometimes like when you're like, I don't have any friends or nobody likes me or this and that. And it's just like, do you remember what it was like
Yeah.
9-10 years ago?
Yeah.
Compare that to right now.
My life is dope.
100%. Like
Yeah.
you were so worried the other day when we had a little soiree here for your birthday that nobody was going to show up. I wanted to kick you in the leg so bad when you kept saying that, like, no one's going to come. We were on the way to the meeting. You're like, yo, I have a feeling that nobody's going to come. I was like, stop talking to me for 5 minutes, please, because I can't deal with this right now. Because you know people are going to show up. And then what happened? There was like 70 people in this house.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. We had to move furniture. But yeah. But I get it, though.
Yeah.
I get why you're like that.
I did a lot. I spent most of my life with people not liking me.
Yeah.
And it hurt. It hurt so bad to not be like. And then people would talk about me, and I'd hear people talking about me, and they like people didn't want me. Like, oh, don't let Eric come through.
It wasn't even Eric. It was Black Eric.
Yeah, exactly. People would
It
call
wasn't
me
even
Black
Eric. It was Black Eric.
And how fucking traumatic is that? You know what I mean? Like, and then people, like it was.
At one point, it was Chocolate Eric.
Was it
Corny?
I don't
You
even
know who
remember.
that was?
I don't even remember. Sean,
Zach.
yeah. Yeah, it was painful,
Yeah.
and it stuck with me. It stuck with me, and that's why you say like, oh, should it be over? Should it be over? No, like that shit really.
Yeah, there's some things that you don't forget.
Yeah, it really fucks with me. You know what I mean? And
But then also, like, to bring back to what you said, like, we're in the community that we're in, the AA community, you really are one of the only.
yeah,
So I'm sure that also brings back, like,
and yeah,
so I get that too.
and there's pressure. There's
Of
pressure.
course there is.
There's
Because when you get up there, like I said, everybody's looking at you like, what is this motherfucker going to say?
yeah, there's pressure.
And then you drop bars.
jump bars.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah,
You do.
thank you.
On a regular basis, you spit bars. I'll give it to you. For sure. You do. I'm like, that's my best friend. That's my best friend right there. That's my best friend.
So keep going with prison. So you
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you always talk about, like, you asked me about some of the things that I've done in prison.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of dirt in prison. Like, a lot of dirt. I became affiliated not because I had to, but because I wanted to, for certain reasons. I think I was 2 years into my prison sentence before I became affiliated. But they had seen...
affiliated means he's in a gang.
Correct. The nice way to put it, but thanks.
Yeah.
But I would, like, win, lose, or draw in prison. If you fight, you get respect, regardless if you get beat up or not. Especially if you don't fucking tell and you hold it down, you get all types of respect. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I've won every fight that I was in prison because I've got my ass beat bad a couple times, right? But like I said, if you fight, you get respect. So they saw that I'd never back down. I wasn't scared because I wasn't gonna be that one person that you picked on, that was weak, that was vulnerable. I wasn't gonna be that person. My father never taught me to be like that. My father never taught me to be an instigator or be confrontational, but if someone messes with you, don't back down, you know? So like I carried that into prison, and don't get me wrong, and like the Hollywood depiction of prison is so misconstrued, it's not even funny. So It's like, there's no one's getting raped. The only fucking that's going on in prison is the willing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's dudes having sex with other dudes because they want to have sex with other dudes. You know what I'm saying? There's no one's getting raped. Like, it's not like that. But there's a lot of violence. There's definitely a lot of gang violence. And I was a part of a lot of that. I was. After I joined the gang, any spot I went to, being white and how I look, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to see if I was really like that. So anytime that there was an opportunity for me to do something, I was always up first to do it. Yeah. And it was never usually punch somebody in the face. It was usually, yo, here, take this scalpel and go cut somebody in the face. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I was telling you the other day, is a lot easier to get away with than you think. But those situations are traumatic. Yeah. You know, they are.
And you're gonna spend a lot of time unpacking that if you choose to. Yeah. Because you can get sober and choose not to. You can choose not to, and just like, or it'll come up, or it'll manifest in other ways, or you'll kick your dog when you come home, or whatever fucking way it pops out, or you'll fucking gamble, or you'll, jerk off every day. You know what I mean? All the heavy on the script.
Heavy on it.
But if you don't, it's going to be something you're going to have to face.
Yeah.
If you're willing.
I deal with that shit every day.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You talk about it. You talk about it, but you're not with a therapist. You're not.
True.
You're not calling your sponsor. I tell you to call people all the time.
True.
You're not dealing with it.
Yeah.
You're not dealing with it. So don't. So and I'm gonna say that. I'll say that.
No, publicly. I didn't mean like to better it. I meant like dealing with the trauma.
Yeah.
Like we'll be in a room full of people, and I'm always my head is on a swivel. Like I can feel people getting up, or like feel people walking down the aisle, or feel people coming in and out of like pews or whatever, and I'm looking to see who it is, not because I want to know who it is, because I can like I'm still nervous with people behind me and shit like that. And that goes back to I'd say about 6 weeks before I was coming home. The last time I was in prison, we were all in a group coming back inside from the yard, and somebody that I did something to maybe 2 years ago was in the spot, just got there, and he recognized me, and he went to go cut me, and he hit me with the wrong side of the blade, so it didn't cut my face open. And I had no idea it was coming, you know what I'm saying, until the last second. And if he would have had the blade the other way, I'd have a huge mark down my face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was raised, it was like a brazen mark on my face because of the pressure that he put on it.
Yeah.
But if it was the right side, I'd have something crazy on my face right now. Which,
you can't have that. It would be a pretty cool scar, though.
No, it wouldn't. Not on my face, dude. I would never be able to look at myself like that. Because I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Anybody who's seen someone with a cut on their face, like, that's nasty, bro. You don't want to go through life with that on your face. Like, that's a constant reminder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of what you've been through and where you've been at. And that's not cool.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Cool. It's not cool at all.
It's kind of cool.
It's not cool. It's kind of cool, but it's not cool. Like, so I deal, like you say, I don't deal with it, but like, I'm nervous in big crowds of people. I get very anxious. My anxiety goes through the roof. Like, I don't like that shit. I don't. And it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, from where I was growing up, like, to going through that, like, it's such a totally dread. Like, if my mother was alive and she knew half of the shit that I did when I was in prison, she would be like, she'd look at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause she didn't raise me to be like that.
Yeah.
She never raised me to be like that. Like, my mother, I'm the youngest child, you know what I'm saying? The only boy. And like, she raised me to be a good, kind, sweet boy.
Mine too. My parents.
You know what I'm saying? And for a time I was.
Yeah.
For a very long time I was. But when it came to when I did get locked up and go to prison, it's like, you have to adapt in situations like that. Because if you don't, you're going to be preyed on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you have to adapt, even if you're not like that. And some people can't do that. And guess what happens to those people? Those people get extorted, they get beat up, they get fucking, and then like, that's not going to happen to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've made sure that didn't happen to me. And I don't like to glorify prison. No. I don't at all. Like, I won't talk about it in depth like me and you talk about it, or like how I'm talking about it now. But like, I'll let people know it's part of my story, but I'm not going to talk about the things that I did or what I went through or like what I saw, because some of the things that I've seen are really bad too.
Yeah.
Like really, really, really bad. Like funny bad. Like, I'm happy I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Like, but like at the same time, but then you go back and you sit down and you think like, shit, like that really just happened.
Wow.
That was ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
And no repercussions for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, no, everybody just got away with it. Like, nobody even got in trouble. Like, that dude is fucked up and there's no
dead.
Or dead. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So it's like, and then you think like that could be me.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat, that could be you in an environment like that.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to like be on your toes. And,
so what do you want to do now that you're out? What do you want your life to look like?
What do I want my life?
I don't think I've ever asked you that. What do you want your life to look like?
I'm good at a lot of things, right? I'm good at a lot of things, but I don't have like that one thing that I'm good at, you know? And you said this one time, you were like, when you're unemployable, we start our own businesses.
Yeah.
That's what we do when we're unemployable.
Yeah.
We start our own businesses. And it's like, I've always said this, like, what you do is something that I could really see myself doing. Like, maybe not the intervention, but like counseling, helping other people, because I have a story that I feel like I can be very relatable to, and I can also help a lot of people if I do the right thing.
If you do the right thing.
If I do the right thing.
What do you think that some of the blocks are that stop you from like fully diving in?
Dealing with the past trauma, like knowing that that's going to come up and having to talk about that to somebody besides like you or someone like Dylan, like who I'm really close with, like another man, because I've always struggled with that too. It's like, I don't want to open up and be vulnerable to another guy. Like, this isn't something like where we grew up. We never really did that.
Yeah.
Where I was just talking about that I was at, we never do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a very big roadblock for me.
Yeah.
It's opening up and talking about the things that I've been through, the things that are bothering me, the things that I have trouble dealing
Well, I'll
with.
tell you, if you don't do it, you're going to die.
100%.
You're going to die.
I know that.
Or you go back to prison.
And I think that my sponsor right now, Mitch, is the perfect person for me to have. I really do.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not worried about opening up and talking to him, because I feel like there's things that I could tell him that he'd be like, yeah, so what?
Yeah.
Like,
well, every sponsor is gonna say so what. Like,
Yeah.
I tell people, like, I did shit sober. I did dirt sober. It didn't, because when I was young.
Yeah.
I was young and I was a wild animal.
100%.
So there was so much wild shit that I did, like, for like the first 5 years that was just fucking crazy. So like, when people come with me, or like guys come with me, or with sexual trauma, guys come and be like, oh, I did gay shit with my friends. I was like, me too, bruh.
Yeah.
I did gay shit with lots of my friends.
We did some questionable things.
Yeah, you know
in the
what I mean?
basement of my house.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's how close we are. He's like exploring sexuality. He's one of the people I was like, okay, let's see what gay shit, you know.
Yeah.
I'm okay talking about that.
Me too.
It doesn't bother me, you know.
At all.
But
say something crazy out there.
I dare you. But yeah, like when people tell me like wild shit, it doesn't faze me, because I've seen it and done it. And I'm lucky. I'm a low bottom. I'm a low bottom. So there's nothing you're gonna tell me that's gonna surprise me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like any kind of violent act that you've done, any kind of fucking scheming or robbing or something you did to a girl, lying, all that shit. Like you're not gonna surprise me
At all.
You know, and it'll be the same for you.
Yeah.
It'll be the same for you when you start working with other people.
And I really look forward to that. I do.
So do the fucking work, bro. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Just say, a guy said his 4-step took him 9 months and an afternoon. He said it took him 9 months and an afternoon.
9 months to work up the balls to do it, and then the whole afternoon to finally just write it down about it. Yeah. Well, you also said that by Sunday we're gonna be done with it, and I'm holding you to that.
Okay. I'm open Saturday, and I
We'll
gotta
sit here
get
and
mine
we'll finish
done.
it, because I only have one section left.
Yeah, I need to get my shit done, because I'm not worried about drinking. I'm not worried about drinking. Actually, I'll tell the story. I was at Second Nature, and I asked for a kombucha, a non-alcoholic kombucha. I was very specific. I said, do you have non-alcoholic kombucha? And she said yes. And she brought me an alcoholic kombucha. I drank half of it. I was like, is there alcohol in here? And she was like, yeah. I was like, I gave it back to her. And look, I'm not shooting dope.
No,
I'm not worried about drinking. I've that problem is gone.
Yeah,
completely. That problem is completely removed from my life. So me doing my work is not about like not drinking at all. It's about healing. It's about healing. Like, and I don't want to be mad at people, and I want to take most importantly, like, you know, I was talking, like, I just want to take responsibility for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not blaming anybody for my problem. Just me.
I want to be able to handle certain situations differently than I do now.
Yeah.
You know
You will.
That's what I want. I want to be able to hear people and not get so aggravated or frustrated.
Yeah.
I don't want to be so quick to get upset and be mad. Like, I want to understand where people are coming from when they talk to me, and be able to have a real conversation.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And be able to lead that conversation on good terms.
Do you know where that starts though? That starts with talking to another man.
Yeah.
It starts with talking to another man and being honest with another man. And it starts with talking to me and Dylan about it, and Dylan and I about it. that's where it starts. And then you're able to, the more you communicate with people close to you, and that's why I tell you, make phone calls. Like, yo, for all my years in this thing, I call people.
Yeah.
I called both my sponsors today and just said, hey, I'm just checking in, talking about life, talking about what I'm experiencing. And I just got used to calling people, and it gets you used to being intimate with people. And now intimacy is something that has become a primary part of my life that I just need. I need intimate relationship. If I'm not going deep with somebody, then I'm not fucking with you. Like we got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to practice that, but you got to reach out to people. How we doing on time, Matt? 40? 42? All right, we're gonna wrap up soon.
All right.
Look how easy that was.
Yeah, that's quick.
Finish. Let's wrap up with a funny story. A story about me growing up, and you can talk about
Anything I want.
Anything you want. Some where I violated.
Something where you violated.
Nothing with girls.
Okay. There was a period of time where I used to walk around with this big black African pride stick.
Shit.
Yeah. And it was about, I'd say it'd come up to your shoulders, right? And had a big black fucking...
Yeah, had a big fist on it.
Big fist at the end
of it. That shit would have been dope in this house.
It would have been really cool. Too bad you lost it.
And they held it hostage.
They held it hostage. And they held it hostage for a good reason, because anywhere you went with that thing, you caused all types of damage. I've watched you put that through people's ceilings. I've watched you put it through people's car windows. I've seen you put it through someone's very, very nice, about the size of this table, glass table at a house party. And you were like, my name's Eric, and I'm here to fuck shit up. And you slammed the stab through the glass table. And that was the night you lost it, because I'm pretty sure we ended up getting into a fight that night.
Yeah, we just
behind that.
So it was supposed to be a robbery. It was supposed to be a robbery. So I'm on mushrooms and I'm drunk as fuck, and I'm off like a full bottle of vodka. And I was like, yo, like me and my boy were like, yo, let's go rob this fucking
house
party. Let's go rob everybody. And I kicked in the door, fully kicked in the door.
Tim's on.
And like I said, like you said, broke the fucking table and just started fucking people up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a robbery. It was just me going.
You just
a random act of violence.
Yeah.
It was just a random act of violence.
Random act of violence.
And so and there was a number of those were just random acts of violence. People don't know. People.
We were fucked up.
They have no idea.
I'm pretty sure we also synchronized one time at a house party, an above ground pool. We got a whole bunch of people to stand around the edges of the pool and pee into the pool at the same time at some person's house. We had no idea whose house it was. We were just like, all right, all of us, we were getting like 30 people to pee in the pool at the same time. Like we were like 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny though.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna have you on more.
Yeah.
Just get you used to, doing this.
Yeah, definitely.
I was talking to you about it earlier. You're not like, I'm still in like street shit, and it's like people want to be a boss, right? Like people, and you're not a boss if everybody's not eating.
If everybody's not eating around you.
If everybody's not eating, if everybody's not growing,
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm always hungry.
If everybody's not like, growing, then you're not a boss. You know what I mean? So I want to get you on here and just get you used to fucking talking, and if I don't want to do the thing by myself, just have you do it with me.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll wrap it up there. If you're listening, thank you for listening, Mandy. Shout out to you. I love you so much. She cuts clips and fucking posts them on her story and shit.
I don't know you, but shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out to you.
She's been with us since the podcast was
Eric told me not to do this, but I'm going to plug my mixtape. It's called For the Streets.
For the Streets. For the Streets. No, but yeah, if you're listening, you could go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, Big Moo TV. Yo, we have fully produced content. Like if you're just listening, we have fully produced content. Matt is fucking a legend and like
also fully vaccinated
and a legend.
Matthew,
he's got his card with him. He's like, I haven't seen him without a mask in fucking 16 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he comes in here fucking fully vaccinated with his cock out. But yes, like honestly, we have full production. It's we're not like doing this, like we're not pretend doing it.
No, it's legit.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I'll have you again soon.
Appreciate it.
Peace.